everyone. It is absolutely gorgeous outside where I am today. I don't know where you are. Wherever you are, drop it in the comments so I know where you are. So I wanted to jump on here because this morning, actually, I had a conference call, and it was a strategy call for a small business owner who kind of just feels stuck right now. And I think for the majority of us, that's normal. Sometimes we feel stuck. Sometimes we feel like we just don't know what moves to make next. And I do that as well as coaching for training. I also coach for small business owners for your mindset, right? But I wanted to talk about something that has happened more than once in the past week. And I've been there myself. And the thing is that we often make excuses. Either we make excuses that we don't know enough, or we make excuses because it's too hard, or we make excuses because we truly have a lot on our plate and we don't know how to manage it all. Okay? So let me just talk about excuses for a second, because the excuses are going to be your downfall. But I want you all to remember that when you decided to open up your small business, you found the strength and the courage to let go of all your excuses already. So the strength is there. As small business owners, when we first started opening up our business, we listened to the negative, or we listened to the I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. But we figured it out instead of making an excuse, because our passion was there. Our motivation was there. Our desire was there. And then over time, we wind up getting overwhelmed. We get tired. We get frustrated because we're constantly being faced with obstacles, right? So here's the thing. It is your mindset that's going to get you through. And I want everyone this week to focus on how many excuses we actually make. And I want you to be aware of them, because sometimes, 9 times out of 10, we're not even aware of the excuses that we're giving. I know for this in particular phone call that I was on this morning, I know it was more of they were just frustrated. The person was just very frustrated and very overwhelmed. So instead of admitting that they were frustrated and admitting that they were overwhelmed, they used the excuse, oh, I just can't do it. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough this. I don't have enough that. So instead of allowing her to get so overwhelmed and so frustrated with where she was right now, we put in a strategy. So we went through all the things that she was feeling so overwhelmed about. We went through all the things that she needed to accomplish, but kept making an excuse to not accomplish it. So we put all these things, we wrote them down, and we figured out a strategy to reach those goals, okay? So that she wasn't feeling so overwhelmed and so frustrated. Like, for example, all right, back 5 years ago now, maybe even 6, I had owed $60,000 to the IRS. $60,000, okay? And at first I was like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do? This is, I didn't know how I was gonna get out of it, because who had $60,000, right? So I didn't know how I was gonna get out of it. And instead of sitting there wallowing in my disappointment in myself and wallowing in fear, I took action. Good morning, honey. I took action, and I researched Google. I mean, there is no excuse anymore for not knowing. Google is there. Blogs are everywhere. Groups such as mine are everywhere. You can obtain any type of knowledge that you need to obtain to get to the next level. So I worked hard. I researched everything. I was consistent. I was determined. And I wound up getting that $60,000 that I owed down to $5,000. And not just by paying it, but by doing my by doing my research and by being consistent with the IRS. And whatever I didn't know, I found out more about. You know, all of us begin to make excuses at a very young age. And like I said, it's a mindset. So we just have to figure out a way to break that cycle in order to be able to grow, to be able to flourish. Now, as a small business owner, I know that all of you know that it takes strength and it takes courage to own a business, and it takes consistency. So just because your passion was all the way up here when you started your business, say a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it is, if your passion was all the way up here, you know, we allow it to get diminished by all the struggles that we face. And then excuses come easy. Don't allow your mind to get stuck in those excuses. Okay, it is, like I said, it is definitely a trained mindset, and you can get through it. All right, if you need any help, let me know. But that I want you guys to focus on this week. I really want you guys to focus on if you're making an excuse for something. And if you are, I want you to stop yourself, and I want you to determine why you're making that excuse. All right? So I will talk to you guys soon, and have a great week. All right? Bye.